Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today we have a very special guest with us, the voice actor for not only Surge, but also Byron in Brawl Stars, and that is Stephen Kelly. Stephen, how are you doing, man?
Hello, good to meet you. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing just tremendous now that, Surge and Byron is right here with us. Stephen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a musician and actor from Scotland. I've been interested in voiceover for a long time. It was something that I think around 2000, I started getting really interested in it, and I started getting involved in little fan productions and then indie video games, and then sort of the things have picked up gradually. I'm a self-taught actor, and then I studied classical music composition at university as well. So
I'm sure you've been told this before. You've just got the voice. Sounds like, yeah, that's the voiceover dude right there. You got that voice. So I was looking at some of your stuff over on IMDb. You've done quite a bit of stuff, and some of the stuff that I was actually pretty familiar with, but what are some of the highlights, some of the cool stuff that you've been in that you're like, yeah, that was pretty cool right there?
Well, the first sort of big game I was in was Dust and Lysian Tale, which was amazing. I think you talked to one of the other actors who'd been in that as well.
Good day, I'm Mayor Bram. So, you're the hero I've been hearing about.
That was very cool, and with that I played Mayor Bram, who is one of the quest givers in the game, and they initially didn't know whether they were going to go forward with voice casting for that game. So it was Mayor Bram was the first character they cast. So they cast me in that role, and that was when they decided to have a voice cast. So apparently that was a big part of it. So that was really, really cool to hear. So that was very exciting.
I did see also that you'd been in Epitaph Erased, which ironically two other people in there, Sandra Espinoza and Marissa Linty, both in Brawl Stars. It's Jesse and Nita in Brawl Stars. They were in that as well.
Right. Yes. That was good fun. I did the Radio Eros voice, I think it was.
Yeah.
For that. But yeah, just a couple of little voices for that. That was good fun. Yeah.
I also saw, and this was a game that I actually played a lot of. I really enjoyed this game. I, of course, never knew you were in it. I don't even remember exactly the character. I looked some up on YouTube, but that's Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
That was a great game, man.
There. That wasn't so hard, was it? We identified the confusion, and we worked past it. I'm Lord Pel Harmond.
I'd been a big fan of the Dragon Age games already. There was Dragon Age 2, and then they did a fan competition thing. They got fans to submit little voice acting samples, and they ended up casting 2 people to go to London and record some characters. So I got to play 4 characters in Dragon Age Inquisition. That was amazing. That was incredible. Yeah. There was Lord Pel Harmond. Then there was the Assyrian bandit leader. There was a librarian who was very excited about scrolls, and then there was a messenger boy as well. They got me to do a Scottish accent for him because that's where I'm from, and I grew up with a Scottish accent so that I kind of gradually changed as I became a singer and actor more. But so they gave him this kind of nice soft Scottish voice. So that was good fun.
So acting and singing, voice actors always seem to be very musical, and obviously you're no exception to the rule there. Like literally, I think every single one that I've talked to can all sing. It must be something to do with the pitch.
Yeah, well, I think they go together quite easily because music uses your voice, it resonates, you have rhythm and expression, and so those things all feed into voice acting. So I'm fascinated by what the voice can do and how it can, it can cover so much range.
And so you've done acting as well?
Yeah, just self-taught at it. I did a little bit of stuff with, at university, there was a drama society, and we did an ancient Greek comedy play called Lysistrata.
So you mentioned earlier about playing Dragon Age. Do you currently play, or you have played a lot of video games?
Yeah, I have found that the more you get involved with making them, the less you play them, because you're spending most of your time on on doing all the voice work and things. So I don't play as often as I used to. I've been playing Hades recently, which I absolutely adore.
You could always play one of those games, that kind of play for you while you're not playing, like AFK Arena, which, by the way, you were in as well.
Oh, yes. I think AFK Arena, I think I'd done quite a few characters for that one.
So then the question is, have you played Brawl Stars?
I've not. I've not played Brawl Stars.
Not at all. Okay, all right.
I've not. When I recorded, first of all, I hadn't even heard of it. When I recorded for Surge, that was the first character I recorded. I didn't even know what the project was called. Which is, it's often like that. You often just audition, they say, we need a voiceover, and you audition, and you get it, and you record it. And often you have no idea what the project is, no idea when it's coming out or what it is. And so, Brawl Stars, I only knew the title of it when they told me, oh yes, you can now announce that you're Surge in Brawl Stars. So I thought, okay, I guess that's what it's called.
So when you went to record for Surge, what did they tell you about the character?
They described him as a frat boy robot action hero. that was the description. So I thought that's a really entertaining, eye-catching description. And I think they maybe referenced Buzz Lightyear as an idea, but also a few other characters. And so I just sort of had to come up with, okay, let's figure out what the balance is there. And so it ended up being just a sort of macho, fun character, very enthusiastic, very bombastic.
What was your favorite voice line of Surge's?
So some of his lines had silly little puns with his name in. Yeah. So he's got Surge Protector, and he's also got, I think he had to protect and surge. And then I suggested, why don't we add in surge and destroy? And so that was my suggestion.
Awesome.
So that was my line. So I'm glad that made it into the game.
Cool. So if you wouldn't mind, could you do some of the voice lines for Surge for us?
Sure. All right. So I've got some of them. Let's party! Go, 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 go! Surge Protector! Surging Rage! Take it easy, bruh. Surge for the win! To protect and surge. Surge and destroy. Surge, 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 surge!
All right, so switching gears just a little bit, what was your first ever voice acting gig?
I think there was an iPhone game called Legion of the Damned. And I got... This was when YouTube had a private messaging system, if you recall.
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
A friend of mine who was a voice actor had gotten cast in that, and he had put them in touch with me, and so that they'd asked me to audition for that game. And so, so Legion of the Damned for iPhone.
So you just hit it straight off?
Well, before that, it was fan projects, basically.
Okay.
A lot of people would like to do little collaborations on YouTube and things. So it was not professional work before that.
So when you were doing the fan stuff, I mean, before you started doing it, I should say, is this something that you were like just really interested in, that you already had an interest for it, or is it just something like, hey, I'm just gonna try this, or how did that go?
I mean, the thing that got me into voiceover, it was when I started to recognize voices in animation and games. I had heard someone in an anime series, and then I heard them in a video game as well, and I thought, ooh, I know that voice. That means that there's a person behind that voice. So suddenly I was aware that this was a thing, and so... Yeah, it was when I was about, it would have been around the time Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, was really when I started. I started doing Disney impressions, and I got a microphone and started recording myself and comparing my sound to, Jafar or Gaston or Frollo, these great theatrical villains. I was about 16 when I started just trying recording little things from home and just seeing how it worked.
This is just a random question that popped into my head. Which is more fun to play? The protagonist or the antagonist?
I think often villains are more entertaining because of how crazy or wacky they can be. They can cover any range that they like. There aren't really any boundaries with a villain. Speaking
of villains, did you even know this from Supercell when they casted you for Byron?
Yeah, I knew that Byron was Brawl Stars by that point. Yes.
Yeah.
He was a fun character to do because it was something. I think that they didn't have a name for him yet, but he was just called Snake Oil Salesman.
Yep.
And they said they wanted him to be a sort of Shakespearean British villain, and I think they referenced Mr. Benedict from the movie The Last Action Hero. Uh-huh. He was the character played by Charles Dance, who was this very sort of grandiose, I've shot a man and I want to confess. And so it had that kind of that gave me a good idea of of where to go vocally with that.
The voice lines that they have for him too are really good. I think my favorite one is he's swimming in weak sauce. That one was really good.
Oh yes, I'm swimming in weak sauce.
So which was your favorite voice line of Byron's?
Well, I do like the phrase "buy 1,000, get one free."
Such a deal.
That's
Such
a lovely
deal,
one.
Man. If you wouldn't mind, would you do some of Byron's lines for us?
Sure. All right, so we've got sensational. That was a big mistake. Try some snake oil extract. The reptiles are growing restless. Sign here with your life. Time to seal the deal. You need my no noob cure. Buy 1,000, get one free. Run as fast as you can. I will find you.
Oh, that's great, man. So then is the bulk of your work mainly in video games, or do you do a lot of other like TV shows or commercials or that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, so most of the stuff I do is character work. I've done the occasional commercial. I had done recently. I did a Macallan's whiskey commercial, and I think I'd done a Coca-Cola one once before as well. And there was something for some kind of chicken sandwich where I had to be an angry, cantankerous chicken character with a Cockney accent. So that was interesting. Yeah, most of the stuff I've done has been character work. Video games, animations. I've done some anime stuff as well. So Japanese animation, when you dub it into English, I've started getting into that because I've always been a big fan of anime. I think the first anime dubbing I did was an animated movie called City Hunter, Shinjuku Private Eyes, and I played a couple of characters in that. And then after that, I got to do Actors Songs Connection, which was it's all about like a school, like a high school university singing group, and I got to play one of the main characters in that, and I got to sing and dub the character, and I also because they had to cover all the songs in that anime that were originally in Japanese. I actually did a lot of the sheet music. Writing. I had to listen to the Japanese and transcribe the music and out for the other actors to sing in English. So that was really cool getting to do all that.
Do you have anything interesting coming up that you could share with us that you might be doing? Well,
so that's the problem. Is projects are almost always under NDA, which means that you can't talk about them until they're out. And very often I'm not told when they come out, which is brilliant. At the moment, the latest thing, I've been in the anime series Gleipnir, which is streaming on Funimation. And so I got to play a rather creepy character called Sudo. Otherwise, I've been having fun recording little fan messages for people on Twitter.
So this is a perfect time to plug your Twitter then, which you guys, I'm speaking to you guys home at the audience. Don't overload the guy with 1 million requests because he's not going to be able to do them all. But you guys definitely go follow Steven over on Twitter, which his handle is?
At Seraphus.
But it's not just Twitter. I saw that you have a YouTube channel. You already, a step ahead of some of the people. You got, quite a few subscribers, but you need more. You need more. Tell us about your YouTube channel.
Well, so I've put a number of my song covers on YouTube because I enjoy doing those, and I'm not very organized about it. I've just sort of occasionally throw things up on YouTube when I think there's something worth sharing.
But yes, he has a YouTube channel, guys. You guys better go subscribe to it right now. There's some pretty cool stuff on there. You go listen to his song covers, see all the new stuff that Steven's been up to. He'll upload it whenever he wants to, and you guys can go check that out. So you have music on your YouTube channel. You have music elsewhere as well?
Yeah, I've got some on my SoundCloud account, which is also Seraphus, like my Twitter.
Nice. So these are full songs and everything?
Yeah, I've got some orchestral music that I've composed. I've put up there. Because I have a great passion for that. I haven't done composing as much on a professional scale, just because it's It's difficult to do that to a deadline consistently. So I write music when I'm inspired to, but I've treated it more like a hobby, and voice acting is something I've been able to do more professionally.
All right, so Steven, thank you so much for coming on the channel. Is there anything else that you would like to tell the Brawl Stars fans out there?
Oh, well, you've all been sensational, and thank you to the surge of followers.
He's funny even on here. I love it. Appreciate you so much, Steven. You guys definitely go check out, the links in the description and the pinned comment. Go follow him on YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. Go check out his music. We appreciate you very, very much, Steven. Thank you so much for coming on the channel. But that's going to wrap it up for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.